Verdant Fertilizer Products Marketing Plan, Entry Strategy, Sourcing Plan, and HRM Approach in India. The company will begin manufacturing urea, biofertilizers, complex fertilizers, micronutrients, and soil conditioners under the brand name Verdant. Urea is a base fertilizer that is comprised of nitrogen hydroxide in a water-soluble solid form. It is the least expensive way to fertilize a crop and is the single largest fertilizer product sold in India. Due to recent technological advances in manufacturing techniques, we will produce our nitrogen component using a new environmentally friendly process that uses no fossil fuels and costs much less than the standard industry process. The political, social, and economic conditions in India create a condition of rarity and value for the ammonium used in the production of all urea and complex fertilizers. We will drive our value by using new manufacturing technology that allows us to create urea from water, air, and the application of a plasma beam. This process uses 2/3 of the energy input currently used by other manufacturers with no fossil fuels. This drives our core competencies: environmentally friendly product mix, no fossil fuels used in production, improved food safety and quality, sustainable agriculture, and higher product margin versus our competition. Some of the top competitors of fertilizers in India are Rashtriya Chemicals and Fertilizers Limited, Zari Agro Chemicals Limited, and Mangalore Chemicals and Fertilizers Limited. They offer many of the same products that Verdant is proposing, including urea, biofertilizers, and micronutrients. Rashtriya and Zaro Agro both have financial problems, both not getting enough capital to make any large changes with their manufacturing processes, which we could use to our advantage with our environmentally friendly manufacturing. Mangalore is also struggling with remaining profitable and are also having trouble obtaining urea and keeping it in their product line. All three of these companies have a strong brand presence and existing relationships with farmers in India, making them formidable opponents. Our target market is focused on production farmers who have 10 to 20 hectares of farmland and sometimes more. Though the target market is small, making up less than 1% of the farming population, these farmers are the most profitable because of the large operations. It is because of this larger income at an average of more than 41,000 rupees per household per month that makes these farmers better able to buy Verdant and will want to buy it for the benefits it will give to their large volume of crops. The brand name that will be used in India will be Verdant Fertilizer Products India Limited, a subsidiary of Verdant Fertilizer Products Incorporated. Verdant means green with growing plants, which implies that Verdant's products help plants to thrive. Our positioning statement is Verdant India Limited's urea and fertilizer products are the highest quality among all plant fertilizer products because Verdant urea and Verdant fertilizer are manufactured with all natural ingredients while using less energy, infrastructure, and fossil fuels. The product adaptation that will need to be made for India will be the packaging. Verdant will only offer fertilizer products in 50-kilogram bags rather than carrying any of the smaller sizes. The logo chosen for Verdant is the lotus flower. The lotus flower is the national flower of India that symbolizes spirituality, fruitfulness, wealth, knowledge, and illumination, which will instill comfort and trust in the Verdant product lines. Having the logos be green and purple will also have significant meaning in India. Green symbolizes nature and therefore is a manifestation of God himself and is the revered color of Islam. Purple or violet is comforting in color in India. It is associated with reincarnation. Verdant Fertilizer Products India Limited will not use retailers in their distribution strategy. The products will be manufactured inside India, and we will use clearing and forwarding agents to transport the products to wholesalers. These agents are generally assigned a state as their territory, and they are responsible for restocking wholesalers within their territory. Many of the Indian farms are very small and difficult to reach, so transportation costs would make the price of the product out of reach for the small farmer. Therefore, wholesalers such as agro fertilizers and chemicals will be responsible for getting the product to the end users. One of the benefits of this approach is that the cost of the product will remain low enough for the average farmer to afford it. Since many of the wholesalers in India have their own retail stores, they already have distribution channels in place and can use their current logistics system to get the product to the retailers who need it most. One of the drawbacks of this approach is that Verdant doesn't have control over when the product becomes available to the end users. The company also does not have face-to-face contact with the end user to instruct on its proper application or to build relationships. So partnering with farming co-ops such as MEHA Farmers Producer will be important. The farmers will be able to purchase the product in the same place where they learn about its benefits and application. For promoting the product, we've decided that our big idea is the use of dinosaurs. Our product is different from others because the process in creating our fertilizers is void of fossil fuels. This means creating our product is better for the environment. With the world becoming more and more conscious about what kind of emissions they produce, this can be used as a big selling point. Fossil fuels are created over hundreds of thousands of years of decomposition of decayed plants and animals, and it is said that a lot of fossil fuels today come from dinosaur remains. So our slogan would be, "Save the dinosaurs," while using dinosaurs to promote the product. Since social media is prevalent in India, we're going to use it heavily in order to market our product. Using Facebook would be our #1 source, but we would also use YouTube and Instagram as well. Our ads would use the big idea of dinosaurs, but we would also utilize having ads with a personal touch. It is said that consumers in India rely heavily on recommendations. This being said, we would also use ads that would show the customer experience while also having them talk about our product and showing side-by-side comparisons of Verdant fertilizers to competitors' products. Recently, government policy has changed, resulting in the fertilizer industry no longer being subsidized by the government, which makes pricing more difficult. Currently, the average retail price of urea, a main component in the fertilizer, is more than 276 rupees for a 50-kilogram bag, which is forecasted to increase in the coming years. Our pricing strategy will position us to be comparable with other manufacturers and keep up with the changing ingredient prices. Verdant will utilize more efficient and environmentally friendly manufacturing to lower the manufacturing costs. Urea manufacturing uses only 2/3 of the energy of its competitors. The lower price may seem counterintuitive to a brand position of higher quality. However, greater efficiency allows us to price competitively. Higher quality paired with the competitive price will position the brand for success. Utilizing a wholesale strategy will also directly affect our bottom line. Building industry awareness quickly will directly tie to long-term profitability. Due to trends in increasing advertising costs, higher ad spend will be necessary to compete for limited advertising real estate. Our company will be created as a wholly owned subsidiary. This is the most viable option as it will allow the company to create the facility we need for the manufacturing process while retaining 100% control of the process and profits. Specialized equipment and high-quality ingredients will be needed that are not currently offered in India, and there are no trade barriers that will prevent us from importing the materials we need. As a parent company, we would be reliant on the knowledge and decisions of our foreign employees and may not have total control in some situations. However, this risk can be mitigated by hiring employees within the subsidiaries upfront and in person, giving the parent company more control over situations by having relationships and knowing who is running the affairs overseas. Additionally, there is a risk of cultural misunderstandings and language barriers. This will need to be addressed through communication and team building efforts. Another potential risk is the high cost of starting a wholly owned subsidiary. The cost can be controlled once the subsidiary is built and operational by establishing similar financial systems, marketing programs, and by sharing administrative services. Phosphate and potassium are critical components of our fertilizer that we would need to import. We determined that an ideal sourcing company would need to have the right combination of price, logistics, and reliable supply. So we chose Sinochem Corporation in Beijing, China. This supplier makes the most sense because of their proximity to India and the ability to procure both products from a single source. They are among the top 3 manufacturers in China, indicating that they would be a reliable supplier and shipping costs will be far less than sourcing from any of the companies in North America. There are 3 common staffing strategies used in international business, including ethnocentric, polycentric, and geocentric, each with pros and cons. An ethnocentric approach uses expatriates to staff the management positions. The polycentric approach uses managers from the host country, and geocentric hires globally to find the best fit. We recommend a blend of ethnocentric and polycentric staffing policies. This allows us to have expatriates in some of the key management roles where communication or control is important to us, while also hiring some management with local area expertise and business contacts. We will have a team of 5 upper and mid-level managers. The manufacturing director is responsible for the overall functioning of the plant. The production manager will manage the plant operations, equipment maintenance, and materials management. The engineering manager will oversee and direct the mechanical and chemical engineering staff. The marketing and sales manager will oversee advertising, brand positioning, public relations, and market fit for Verdant. The finance manager will review financial reports, monitor accounts, and is responsible for corporate accounting and taxes. We will start with a total of 12 upper and mid-level management positions. 3 key positions are expatriate positions due to the importance of their position in communicating with our corporate offices and the complexity and state-of-the-art manufacturing equipment. 9 upper and mid-level managers will be hired from the host country. The overall compensation package for expatriates in upper and mid-level management will include a base salary plus a standard benefit plan. Also included will be a 30% overseas premium, an annual housing allowance of $17,900, an allowance for private schools if needed, and a 20% tax treatment based on the base salary in Indian rupees. This concludes our presentation for Verdant Fertilizer Products India Limited. We anticipate a successful launch of our product in India. Thank you.